Thank you, Sir Samson. Please stay with us until the end of all the presentations because the panelists will be giving their comments that might stir questions or further elaborations regarding your presentation. So before we proceed to the next presenter, I would like to introduce to you the three of our panelists for this session, which I missed a while ago. First panelist is Dr. Dina Corazon M. Licayo, Professor of Agriculture and the current Vice President for Academic Affairs of Ifugao State University. Also joining her as one of the panelists is Dr. Inocencio E. Buot Jr., who is joining us online, Professor of Botany from the Institute of Biological Sciences, University of the Philippines, Los Baños, and Dr. Cameron P. Odsi, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, the Regional Director of the Department of Agriculture. He is also represented by two from the Department of Agriculture, Cordillera Administrative Region, Dr. Virginia Tapat and Veronica F. Fangasan. So let's proceed to the next presenter. Our next presenter is from the Hungduan Rice Terraces cluster to be presented by Ms. Haydee A. Hermosora, the Municipal Tourism Officer of the Local Government Unit of Hungduan and an alumna of the Ifugao Satayama Meister Training Program. Please, Ms. Haydee.
Thank you, Ms. Clyde. So to each and everyone, a pleasant morning. Today, I will be presenting regarding the municipality of Hungduan. Next slide, please. So the municipality of Hungduan is one of the 11 towns of the landlocked province of Ifugao in the Cordillera Administrative Region. The name Hungduan was derived from the root word Hungdu, which means to proceed, pass, go, or traverse through. Historically, it was a main route of travelers from the other municipalities on their way to the neighboring province of Benguet and Mountain Province. As to the land area, Hungduan has a total land area of 28,714 hectares, of which 10 hectares are alienable and disposable. These 10 hectares, which are alienable and disposable, is still under dispute since it is under a boundary dispute between the Ifugao and Mountain Province. So the municipality of Hungduan is composed of 9 barangays, namely Abatan, Baang, Bangbang, Bokyawan, Hapaw, Lubuong, Maguk, Nunggulunan, and Poblacion. The terrain of the municipality is typical to that of the Cordillera Administrative Region, which is generally mountainous. Elevation ranges from 700 to 2,700 meters above sea level. The mountain peaks of Mount Kalawitan and Mount Napulawan are the highest elevations with 2,714 and 2,642 meters above sea level, respectively, while the lowest elevations are usually within the river valleys of barangays Bangbang and Maguk. So that's for the introduction of Hungduan. Hope you had an idea on how our place looks like. So as to the population, in 1918, the population of the municipality was included in Kiangan. It was only in 1939 that the National Census and Statistics Office, now the Philippine Statistics Authority, recorded a population of 12,937 in Hungduan. In 1948, the census revealed a drastic decrease to 3,540, of which the absolute change in negative is 9,397, and the percent change is negative 8.07%. The decrease is attributed to the effects of war, where most people died due to hunger and disease. In 1975, the municipality exhibited a high increase of population from 3,540 to 12,301. This is due to the gradual return of those who evacuated during the war. When Tinok was created out of the barangays in Hungduan, the population dropped further to 9,857 in 1980. The mother municipality retained only 4 barangays from the original 15 barangays from the municipality of Banawe. So from year 1980 to 2007, the trend of the population is more of an increase, decrease, increase pattern, as you can see in the graph. However, from year 2010 up to the last 2 census period, which is 2015 and 2020, the population had been gradually decreasing. As to the economic sector, next slide, return please. Okay. As to the economic sector, the top 3 entrepreneurial activities are crop farming and gardening, livestock or poultry, and wholesale and retail. So Hungduan is primarily an agricultural area. Thus, it follows that the primary source of livelihood is on agricultural activities. The climate condition is conducive to high-value commercial crops, and the soil type is good for diversified farming. In addition, water resources are abundant. As of 2015, the land use, the total agricultural area is estimated at 2,061 hectares, about 7.18% of the municipal land area. As of December 2020, a total of 2,691 farmers are registered in the registry system for basic sectors in agriculture. The second entrepreneurial activity is the livestock and poultry. The livestock and poultry production in the municipality is classified as backyard. Most of the production are used for consumption, and the rest can be sold in the local market. The common backyard livestock and poultry raised in the municipality are chicken, which is 82.70%, duck, swine, and the remaining balance accounts for carabao, goat, sheep, goose, and turkey. Backyard livestock and poultry raising is rampant in the residential areas of the municipality. The third entrepreneurial activity is on the commercial establishments. The municipality's commercial establishments are generally within the residential areas and are primarily located along the national road from Barangay Bokyawan to Barangay Abatan, Hungduan. By definition, the commercial facilities included the Hobong Commercial Strip or Talipapa and the ongoing public market construction at the T1 sitio. Next, please. Thank you. So the general situation of Hungduan forest and forest land, as depicted by the picture, shows how the Hungduan culture and laws treated the value of environmental and natural resources. The Muyong system is regarded as a vital tradition that sustains healthy biodiversity. Other than that, Muyong arbors diverse flora relied upon by the Ifugaos for their biological pest control methods, dye resources, medicines, food, and others. The landscape of the, next slide, please. Next, please. I guess that's not the presentation. Okay. So what I was telling a while back is on the general situation of the forest and forest land in Hungduan. So if they could show the presentation, you can see a picture. Okay. Of the general land uses in the municipality, where you can see the forest, the parts of the forest there, okay? The forest, which is the entirety of the forest area in the domain, positioned in the higher elevations or surrounding the privately owned pinugo or muyong, which is managed by the community, similarly functioning with the pinugo. So the next is the privately owned forest or pinugo. The pinugo is where only members of a family or clan can harvest wood and other resources, but non-holders of the pinugo can seek permission from the pinugo holders to gather some trees for firewood. One can only harvest what he needs, such as materials for building a house, and it's not for commercial purposes. After the pinugo, you can see there the payo or the rice terraces. The payo or the rice terraces are intended for rice crop. For Hungduan, the total rice production area is 941 hectares, which 710 hectares is irrigated, while 231 hectares is non-irrigated. When we say non-irrigated, these are the previously irrigated rice terraces which are converted into gardens or which are abandoned. So the largest part of it is located in Poblacion, Maguk, Hapao, Bokyawan, and Nungguludan. Further, according to the Municipal Agriculture Office, there are 18 rice varieties in Hungduan, wherein the Minaangan or red rice is being considered as the one town, one product or OTOP of the municipality. Next part of the general land use is the Sweden farm or habal, or some calls it garden. It is where other agricultural crops are planted aside from rice. The commodity inventory on vegetable production shows that Barangay Abatan and Bangbang has the largest area on vegetable production, covering 48 hectares and 41 hectares, producing about 708 metric tons and 760 metric tons respectively. This data is from the Municipal Agriculture Office. It was observed that production area was located below the mountains. However, farmers nowadays are continually expanding towards the mountains or forested area, adapting conventional methods, which marks a threat to the environment and the watershed area. So the next part in the general land use is the boble. This is the habitation and residential areas. So out of the 28,714 hectares forest land of Hungduan, 23,239 hectares or 80.96% of it are community forests and privately owned forests located at the higher elevations. It serves as the Hungduan's source of food, firewood, medicines, house construction materials, wood and handicraft materials for livelihood, while at the same time, a water recharge zone for the rice terraces and the domestic needs of the communities. Barangay Baang, Nungguludan, Abatan, Lubuong, Maguk, and Poblacion has the largest forest cover, while Barangay Bokyawan, Bangbang, and Hapao has the least forest cover. Next slide, please. That table shows the land cover of Hungduan from 2003, 2010, and up to 2015. So I would just like to show you the next slide, please. That's the map of the forest cover or the land cover of the municipality of Hungduan. So as you can see, the first map, there's a small or the green one are the forest or closed forest, the dark green. So in 2003, there is lesser dark green, so lesser closed forest. While in 2015, there's an increase in the area covered by the closed forest. Why so? Because of some interventions made through partnership with other different agencies like the DENR for plantation purposes. So even if the need for forest resources are increasing, the forest cover in the municipality of Hungduan is still intact because of some interventions. To further dissect, please return to the table. Okay, thank you. To further dissect, the land cover of 2003 shows a huge area of closed forest located at Baang ng Gulunan, Abatan, Lubuong, and 50% part of Poblacion, Hapao, and Bokyawan. Approximately, a 70% decrease in closed forest was observed in the first 3 barangays in the year 2010. In the year 2015, the restoration programs of the DENR make the closed forest increase. The other classifications like built-up grassland, wooded grasslands, and inland water were not included in year 2003, but then appeared in current year 2010 and is continuously rising in the succeeding years. So the increase is most probably due to increase in housing and other infrastructure demands. Forest conversion into vegetable gardens that were later abandoned turned into grasslands. Areas of annual crops mainly refers to the rice terraces distributed in all barangays. Larger portion production are situated at Poblacion, Hapao, Maguk, Bokyawan, and Nungguludan. Non-existence of forest plantations were noticed in year 2010, but then you can notice it in 2015. So next, please. Next. As for the major agricultural crops in the municipality, the existing major agricultural crop consists of palay and high-value commercial crops, wherein the widest agricultural area is devoted to rice production that consists of 940.6 hectares, about 45% of the total agricultural land area. Palay being the staple food remains to be the primary crop in the municipality that around 3,198 metric tons are produced in 2016, while 3,387 metric tons of different high-value commercial crops are harvested. The municipality has an inland type of fishing resources also that consists of rice fish culture and fish pond for production. Despite the abundance of inland bodies and rice fields for fish production, the volume of fish catch is not high. The rice fish culture has produced of 21 metric tons for 2016, while the fish pond has only 9 metric tons of produce. The produce is only marketed in the locality of Hungduan. Next, please. Currently, irrigation is one of the most important components in agricultural system. This contributes to the land productivity, providing sufficient water for the crops in order to increase its yield and ensure the stability of production, even under extreme weather conditions. So there are 263 existing communal irrigation systems with an estimated length of 141,868.76 meters, purposely to irrigate rice fields in the community. It serves more than 1,529 hectares of rice fields, benefiting more than 3,000 household farmers. A recent survey shows that 89% of the irrigation systems need concreting and about 6% to repair or rehabilitate, as most of them have earth or canal or linings, poorly constructed and are not able to reach their useful life. So that's from the Hungduan Comprehensive Development Plan of 2017. Aside from the irrigations, farm machineries and equipment are also very useful in the agricultural activities. These reduce the amount of hard labor needed in toiling the fields. The time consumed is also lessened with the aid of farm machineries and equipment. Though the municipality has farm machineries and equipment, these are inadequate for the high number of farmers to utilize. Next, please. So the rice terraces of Hungduan does not only function as a source of food sustainability, rather it also serves as one of the major destinations that attracts visitors from around the world. Its inclusion in the UNESCO as a World Heritage Site and as a globally important agricultural heritage site contributed to its fame in the international market. As shown in the graph, there is an increasing trend for foreign visitors in the municipality for the past 5 years. The numbers of visitors in the year 2020 and 2021, of course, have a tremendous decrease due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Nevertheless, this is just to stress out that the major contribution of the Hungduan Rice Terraces cluster in the tourism industry, one of the revenue-generating industry of the local government unit, is very high. So next, please. Aside from the rice terraces, there are also festivals that are attributed to the rice planting activities. So we have here our Tungo ad Hungduan, the Uyaoy, and the Punuk. So the Tungo ad Hungduan is an annual cultural festival that is celebrated yearly in every third week of April, which lasts for about 3 to 4 days. This festival is made to promote the tourism industry of the municipality as well as its various tourist spots. Tungo refers to the rest period in the traditional agricultural cycle, which is usually after the planting season. The Uyaoy is conducted every after 3 years in lieu of the Tungo ad Hungduan. These highlights include ethnic parade, presentation of native dances and songs, ethnic games competition, wood carving competition, annual ethnic parade, agro-industrial exhibits, and rituals like Naba and Pinhodan, the dancing of native dances of Hungduan. The third festival that is attributed to the rice practices or rice farming practices in Hungduan is the Punuk. Punuk is traditionally a post-harvest tagging ritual of Barangay Hapaw, participated by the 2 barangays Baang and Nungulunan, as a form of thanksgiving for a successful and bountiful harvest. It is performed at the river featuring the Kinaag and Pakid. And this Punuk is also included in the Intangible Heritage List of the UNESCO. Next, please. Next, please. Okay. So the forest or the Muyong is said to be a storehouse of biodiversity containing about 264 indigenous species that belong to 71 plant families. The Muyong system is regarded as a vital tradition that sustains healthy biodiversity in the municipality of Hungduan. Other than that, Muyong arbors diverse flora relied upon by Ifugaos for their biological pest control methods, dye sources, medicine, food, and others. The plant species are categorized under broad-leaved or dipterocarp, mossy and pine forests as the prevailing vegetative composition of the municipality's forest cover. The thickly forested cover of the municipality harbors numerous species of fauna classified into birds, wild mammals, upland freshwater resources, wild honeybees, and other species which purposely used mainly for food and medicine. Their existence is dictated by seasonal changes and suitable natural conditions. Next, please. So from the analysis noted in the comprehensive land use plan of the local government unit of Hungduan, one of the major issues regarding agriculture is the insufficient production of major crop, particularly rice or palay, due to the following reasons, as stated in the table. So there are a lot of reasons. some of which are the abandonment of the rice terraces, the old age, and the outmigration of the young people, and many more. So having said that, the LG of Hungduan is optimistic that through this first Ifugao Rice Terraces Assessment International Summit, we will be able to address the emerging threats and issues concerning the protection and conservation, not just of the Hungduan rice terraces, but as a whole of the Ifugao rice terraces, in order for us to achieve our vision of becoming a premier ecotourist destination with God-loving and empowered people, having a sustainable agri-based economy, and an ecologically balanced environment governed by capable and committed leaders working towards the general welfare of the community. Next, please. That's all. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you very much, Haydee, for presenting to us the current condition and trends of the Ifugao, the Hungduan rice terraces.